There are so many spells and enchants. Let's go ahead and talk about them. Hello, beloveds. It is Sister Card here. Hopefully you're having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back today in the Blade of the Quests. Because, I keep getting some questions about enchants and about spells. So I'm going to kind of go over everything, how they all work. So it's in one video. And, of course, guys, if more stuff is added, I will always be happy to make another video kind of explaining everything. But we're going to go at this date and time what all these do. So let's do that normal video intro stuff and we'll get right on into it. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash the like button and do the same with the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And our beautiful pleb of the day is Anime Boyfriend. Okay. Thank you for love and support. I greatly appreciate it. So let's go ahead and go on over enchants. Because I think that would be a good place to start, because we had 3 enchants introduced, and then we had another one dropped on us. So let's go over all of these. So first off, we have, I guess, the shield. This one adds health. How you get enchants, guys, is you go over to the upgrade little area, you click enchant, you click on the item you want, and the first time you put an enchant on, it is 15 shards. Upgrading it after that is also 15 shards. And then getting a new one randomly costs 10. So if I click this, we go from having shield to having a speed boost. So the next enchant we're going to go over is basically a passive speed increase. So it's like having speed potion, but all the time. This is actually kind of useful if you're speed running endless, or if you're just blindly trying to get item farming and not trying to go too far. So that is another one of the enchants. We have Time Warp, which is Sister's favorite, my absolute favorite. So this actually decreases the cooldown time of all of your spells, whether it's the passive or the offensive ones. So this is super, super helpful to get, and whenever I enchant stuff, this is always the one that I'm trying to go for. And the last one we have is Flame Sword. So Flame Sword, basically, every time you swing on an enemy, you have a certain amount of chance to basically activate the same as having Poison Blade, except you're doing damage, and this is something passively that's always on your weapon, and the damage scales up with the level of the weapon, by the way, so that's why mine is 22.3k, because that's great. But this is the 4th and final enchant that we currently have, and guys, as always, you earn shards by doing hardcore mode or by doing endless, and endless counts basically for every boss that you defeat. So we have a bunch of support spells. So let's go ahead and go over support spells that you can get in the game. So we have Speed Potion. Of course, the speed increases by the rarity. I think like the base one is plus 10 speed, a green one is plus 15 speed, and a blue one, a rare, is plus 20 speed. So this is kind of, if you're speed running stuff, this is kind of the main one that a lot of us use. So the next one we have is Shield. Now, I'm gonna be real honest, I know very well, let me rephrase that. I have talked to very few people that actually use Shield. I know some people actually like it because it just basically lets you go barreling through things. So basically, it's gonna reduce 80% of your damage that's incoming to you for however long it's active, and then you can probably pop it up again. The next one we're gonna go over is Health Potion. So Health Potion, there's actually 2 like main healing ones. We have Health Potion, which is a single target heal that affects you. So it does this. So pretty. And then we also have Team Heal. So Team Heal is basically allows you to heal any other player within range of you. So I could heal myself and Zeland's pretty much. So it's actually really essential if you're doing big group runs, because it keeps everybody alive, okay? Especially if you're not super, super high level. And see, you get a little green line right there that connects you. So next we have Lifesteal. So what Lifesteal does is every time you do damage to an enemy, it is going to heal you for a certain amount. And it's based off of how much damage you do. And considering when you're swinging your weapon, you may hit multiple enemies, or if you're using things like Poison Blade, which give you an insane amount of damage done on your own combat weapon and can affect multiple enemies, it's going to heal that. Now, here's the deal with Lifesteal. Once you have a blue, it doesn't matter if it's a level 50, it doesn't matter if it's a level 2. you're only going to get 4% health with a cooldown of 30 seconds. So once you already have a blue of these, you really don't need anymore. So just FYIZ. So a good combo I see using that I used in Toy actually when I was soloing some of it was using Lifesteal and Poison Blade. And oh, it was super OP. Oh, it was nice. It was nice. It does take a little bit of skill with dodging, which Sister doesn't always have, but it's super fun to use. So the last one of the support abilities that we're going to go over is Team Revive. Team Revive. So how Team Revive work is basically when you have a teammate that dies and you stand pretty much right on top of them, you hit that and you'll heal them up to 70% for a blue. I do know it scales down for the lower tiers. Again, this is another one of those spells that once you get a blue, you really don't need higher level versions of it unless you just want to have higher level versions of it. So I do see low levels carrying this around in Endless to help revive higher level characters. So if you are starting for the first time or playing, I would recommend keeping one in case someone carries you and they're like, hey, I need you to revive me if I die. Okay. So the next one we're going to go over is damage spells. So let's go ahead and start off with Ice Shard because let's take a look. I have a few 67s right here. And let's see. Arrow Rain, the 61k. Fireball does 118k. And Ice Shard does 102. So how Ice Shard works is it's actually a little bit of a cone in front of you. And it hits anything that is directly in front of you. So this is really great if you're okay with the mobs hitting you. Or you don't have any other spells. I don't care for this one anymore. I haven't cared for this one in a while. So unless you just physically do not have another spell that you can use, then use Ice Shard. The next one we're going to go over is Lightning. So Lightning is a ranged ability that hits up to 3 targets. It only does 3. It has a pretty good cooldown. It does pretty decent damage, but it's basically auto-seeking. So it doesn't require any aiming on your part. So it's actually kind of nice, like if you're doing speed runs, carrying people, because you can just walk by the enemies and go, and you're dead. Bye-bye. Next one. So that is how Lightning works. Arrow Rain is the exact same way, except Arrow Rain, as you can see, this is level 66 Lightning, and it does close to 8k more than my level 67. The only difference between Lightning and Arrow Rain, other than damage, is Arrow will also hit up to 5 targets. The other thing with Arrow Rain is it's not instant. Like Lightning, as y'all saw, was instant. Arrow Rain, I have to hit, and then 1, 2, 3. About 3 to 4 seconds later, the enemies are taking damage. So Lightning's more of a kaboom, and Arrow Rain's like a type thing. So just keep that in mind if you're using Arrow Rain. It's not going to be instantaneous damage, so you do need to actually dodge. The next one we're going to go over is Poison Blade. So I am a big fan of Poison Blade and Steel Life because especially when you have both of them, it's actually really nice. It's really nice. So what you would do is basically you hit Poison Blade and you have so many seconds that you can affect a target with poison. Now, it's not just a single target. It is any target that you hit, which means if you get a big old group of mobs together and put them in a nice little circle, you can hit this and swing on all of them and get them all affected and then walk away. And how this strat works with that is you would hit poison and then you would immediately hit life leech. So poison, swing, swing, life leech, and you would get a ton of health back. Super nice, super OP. Would not recommend it for Endless though, but that's just me. The next one we're going to go over is the last of the AoEs I'm going to talk about, which is Fireball. So Fireball is basically an endless range. That went all the way to the edge of the map. So Fireball will hit up to about 5 targets, I have noticed. But here's the deal. You have to aim it. And when you are fighting bosses that like to throw up cones or little spikes, Fireball will actually erupt on one of the spikes. It will not continue. Let me see if I can hit this pillar real quick. See, as right there, that little bitty pillar sticking up is about the same height as the spikes that the boss will throw out. and those will hit it. So if you're fighting, say, Phantom, the ice shield that it throws up in front, it can be blocked by. Spider does the same thing. The cars will block it, and Naga. Dragon has the spikes. I don't know if the little balls actually block it. I haven't actually, like, tested that. That's not usually something I want to test with Dragon, but yeah. So do keep in mind, Fireball is an insane AoE. It's really great, but you gotta aim it. But I mean, really? The range. Boom. The last ability we're gonna go over is Death Blow. So if you don't know what Death Blow is, guys, Death Blow is a single target attack. That's a killing blow. It basically does a ton, an absolute ton of damage. That one I just launched did 300k, which that's whew, that is super, super nice. Death Blow is also one of those that will target seek. It will actually target seek if you're an endless. It'll go actually physically up as well. It goes upstairs, which Sister likes that because I'll draw the enemies down the stairs because I'm not quite beefy enough to one-shot all the enemies. So I can draw them down the stairwell by doing that. It's actually really, really nice. There's a caveat to Death Blow though. If you are not in range of your target, it will not hit. It just goes off in the void, and then you have to wait. So, right about here is about the distance that it needs to actually affect its target. So, guys, that is all spells that are currently out, and all enchants currently explained for y'all. Hopefully, y'all found this guide useful, and for my end of video squad, thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Guys, I am actually streaming and doing carries tomorrow with enchants, and I just spent 100 enchant shards on this video, so I'm definitely gonna have to grind out some more. So, but guys, thank you for the love and support. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.